dangerous, stupid.
Erzberg is a crazy race, right?
This is like the calendar month of the year, this one.
It's crazy, it's great, and it's a lot of fun here.
G'day viewers and welcome back to another fantastic episode of the Blokesworld Austrian Erzberg road trip. On tonight's episode, it's all about the Enduro Cross. We've got the main event coming up very shortly, but tonight we're looking at the Enduro Cross where they got to race the brand new KTM electric range. And I've got to tell you straight off from the go, this was such an unusual experience. Camera 3 and I, we film a lot of motocross and we're used to hearing the bikes on the track and we know when the race has started. But I tell you what, with these new electric bikes, I had no idea. It just sounded like a remote controlled car was coming at us. Before we knew it, we had a pack of dirt bikes on us. Enjoy this. This is the electric Enduro Cross at Erzberg. Well, after taking in the electric Enduro Cross all day, Camera 3 and I thought we'd give this world of battery-powered excitement a go for ourselves. And we headed over to this bike company that basically had electric bikes to test out. Anyway, we grabbed two of them and made our way into the mine. These electric bikes, they're basically an electric downhill mountain bike. They've got some go, don't they?
They do, yeah. You have up to 200% assistance on them. You've got different motors. You've got Yamaha motor, Bosch motor. We've got every kind of bike from downhill bike to even trekking bikes in the city, which you can ride. They go 45 kilometers an hour. They've got different modes, so you can put it in eco mode and you'll do like 100 kilometers anyway. But if you really want to ride in turbo or you want to do lots of elevation changes, then yeah, you definitely need to take another battery.
Well, it was about 10 minutes into this that I realised that you actually got to pedal these things. I thought I was just going to get a free electric ride. Pedaling, it's so 80s.
Actually, there's a couple who are sponsored by Bike at the moment, called Gary and Rachel Corbett. They got the world long distance record for e-bikes, 22, or actually more, I think 24,000 kilometers they cycled all around Europe.
And the fact that you can actually have a downhill mountain bike race or a motocross race in your backyard and the neighbours don't know.
Exactly. I mean, even better than that, like the KTM Freeride is a great bike, but you can't ride it on the cycle tracks here. You can't ride it on the walking tracks. On these bikes, you can ride on a normal cycle path.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the beauty of them. You can live in a city and you can just come out your garage and just go straight on your local trails.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Don't need to load up a bike on a trailer, just straight out the door, and you've still got this fun of having a motor, you know.
And with the battery systems that you're running, do you have different size batteries?
The new ones are all basically 500 watt hour, but like every technology is getting better and better, and every year the batteries are bigger and better. And yesterday I got up to the top of Prolog. I think I still had 2 bars left, so I used basically 80% of the battery to climb up 1,000 meters.
Wow.
So
I love the future. It's exciting, isn't it? You wouldn't want to have a company that made oil filters and air filters, would you?
Probably not.
Well, there you have it, electric bikes. You can have them if you want. I like the sound of a motor. See you after this commercial break.
I'd rather have a throttle than pedal assist.
G'day viewers, hope you're enjoying the Blokesworld Erzberg, Austria road trip. Right now, we're going to check out the Prolog. And this is basically a time trial race, which they start from the bottom of the mine, all the way to the top, and up to the back of the mine. This is where we weed out 3,000 dirt bikers into 500. And that 500 are the ones who are going to get to race in the main event. Anyway, welcome to the Prolog, and welcome to the crazy characters that make their way across Europe on all sorts of rides. They're not here to win, they're just here to have a great time and said, hey, I rode Erzberg on this. How many bikes have entered the Prolog?
Actually, we had 1,836 registrations this year, which is a little bit too much for us. But as always, you know, in the very last week, some 100 or 120 riders, they just quit because they crashed their bike in preparing, or the girlfriend quit, stuff like this. So today we have about 1,600, close to 1,700 riders entering the Prolog.
All right, viewers, we're on the starting line here for the Prolog. It's where we turn 1,800 riders down to 500 so they can race on Sunday in the big race. Now, what part of the world do you come from?
Switzerland.
Oh, awesome. We're going to be heading to Switzerland in a couple of weeks to get a pocket knife and start a bank account.
Okay, that's nice.
Awesome. Can you tell us what is it like when you get up there and start racing the Prolog?
It's completely dangerous, stupid, and yeah, you have to shut down your brain and full throttle. Yeah, that's what it is.
And if you had to explain this whole weekend of Erzberg to a person who's never been here, how would you explain it?
You cannot explain it. It's motorized anarchy. Yeah, something like that.
You're a good man. Good luck today, Alex. We'll see you at the bar later.
Oh yeah. We are doing the pre-start area, and in 100 groups we allow the riders to go to the start area. You see hundreds of riders are waiting here to come to the start area. 600, 700 in the moment. In some minutes, or in 20 minutes, we will guide the 900 numbers. From 900 to 1,000. And in the evening, I hope that all the riders are through and are coming to the finish line. It's a great area here. Every year since 20 years I am here, and it's great. It's crazy, it's great, and it's a lot of fun here. I miss words because it's so fun, so crazy, so exciting to see all that happy riders, happy when they cross the finish line, happy when they arrive in the beer tent, happy when they survive the beer tent.
Well, that's just it, isn't it? Because it's one thing surviving the track, but then you've got to survive the beer tent.
Yeah, that's a big problem for some people. Sometimes they make the beer sliding event. Do you know that?
We saw it last night. We called it stomach cross.
Stomach cross is the right name for the crazy people sliding on the table.
We should explain last night, they lined up all the tables and then they were even making kicker jumps, tabletops. You'd pour beer all over yourself and then slide down these tables. Crazy, crazy stuff.
You're right. Crazy. Other words are not possible.
Exactly. Well, viewers, we're about to go to a commercial break. But before we go, welcome to this week's round of Nailed It or Failed It, where we're going to show you a guy battling a hill and you've got to work out whether he nailed it or failed it. Here's this week's contestants. Righto, viewers, we'll be back after these messages. Place your bets now. Did he nail it or did he fail it? See you after this.
Hello, this is Klaus. You are watching to Blokesworld.
G'day viewers, hope you're enjoying the Blokesworld Erzberg, Austria road trip. Right now we're going to make our way to Salzburg. And I tell you what, this country of Austria, it's famous for three things: KTMs, Red Bull and the Glock. And right now we're going to head to Hangar 7, which is basically Red Bull's museum. We're here about 8 or 9 years ago when Blokesworld first came to Erzberg, and we had to come back and check because the collection is constantly changing. This is where Red Bull showcase all their motorsports, their planes, everything that they've invested in, from freestyle motocross to NASCAR to stunt planes. Let's head on inside. This is Hangar 7.
Well, viewers, this place is packed with all the iconic Red Bull stuff you've seen over the years. This here's the Alpha Jet flown by the Flying Bulls aerobatic team, and it's actually an ex-military aircraft. There's a couple of F1 cars, of course, but check out what's behind this one. It's a Bell 47G, which is still one of the best looking helicopters ever made. These things have been flying for over 70 years. And this one's been pimped out with a 420 horsepower turbine engine, which is kind of like stuffing a Tickford V8 into a V-dub Beetle. And have a look at their P38 Lightning. This thing was gleaming. It was pretty hard to film actually because of that mirror finish. And speaking of filming, check out this rig. Oh yeah. Hey, remember Felix Baumgartner free-falling from space from 23 miles up in a pressure suit? Whee! His rig's here too, and it's absolutely tiny, kinda retro looking. And who could forget Red Bull's short-lived NASCAR team? They sure proved that driving around in circles isn't as easy as it looks. Hangar 7 in Salzburg, Austria. I gotta say, this is my kind of museum. But right now, we're taking you back to the Iron Giant at Erzberg, where we ran into 20-year-old Aussie enduro rider Daniel Sanders in the KTM team pit area.
Daniel Sanders, welcome to Blokesworld.
Cheers, boys.
Awesome, mate.
Privilege.
Unreal. So you're living over here now in Europe?
Yeah, I'm based here in Italy, so I've just travelled up to Austria here to check out Erzberg. It's always been a dream to come watch this, but I'm based in Italy, racing the Enduro World Championships. I've been talking with KTM because I raced with them back home, and I was lucky enough to jump on the Red Bull factory KTM team and got a gig and trying to get some good results. Travelling Europe and racing it, and it's just living the dream like I've wanted to. So the locals I've spoken with, come here, they just live for this event. They really love it. So I've always watched back on Pastrana's DVDs and that, and wanted to come here and check it out. So.
Yeah. Have you been up at the top of the track and had a check of anything?
Yeah, I watched Prolog yesterday and today, and went up to the top and checked it out. It's unreal. It's good. It's just like a bit of Fink and Hatter in there, some high speed stuff, which is cool. So I want to do it one day. So I wanted to check it out first and not make myself look stupid the first time. Because you've got to know what you're in for out here.
100%. How's that first hill climb in the Prolog? The one where the rocks are sort of just coming down.
Yeah, just right it out, man. Well, that's it. The boys on Thursday or Friday when they had the hill climb. The guys that were out the back were having rocks, thrown at the head like basketball size. So
totally.
To make it up those hills, it's do or die situation. So exactly right. You just got to nail it, or you're gonna fail it.
Or you're gonna hurt yourself. And it's one of those situations too when you're coming down, you've really got to feather that back brake because you've got an avalanche following you every time you're coming down.
Yeah, exactly. And when you stop, there's going to be something behind you to nail you. So it's just got to keep that ball rolling, I think.
Cool. And what are you riding?
I'm riding over a KTM 250 EXC, the two-stroke, so that's been a nice bike this year, and waiting to jump on the fuel injection and get that ripping as well. Yeah, they definitely go hard, those things.
Have you had to go on those free ride electrics yet?
Yeah, we've got some with the team, and we get to rip around on that. It's pretty cool, and nice and quiet, so you get to sneak up on some people. I think there's something for the future, but everyone still loves the two-stroke smell, so they'll keep it rolling. Yeah, these European fans over here just crazy for it. You watch them back home, you get a couple of your drunk mates out there, waving a flag or doing something stupid, but you come here, it's just the next level of ideas. The French is gnarly, but the Italians go pretty hard as well for any motorsport. So and here is these boys know how to drink some beer.
Yeah, totally.
I heard all the rumours about it for the guys that have raced Erzberg, and they come back, oh, you got to go to the beer tent, you got to check out all the stuff they do. They just make pyramids and slide down it. So I nearly got egged into doing it, but I got to have a few more cans to do that.
Oh man, it's a serious thing when people are bringing their own baby oil and Windex and doing the tables down and building 4-foot kicker ramps.
And they just get thrown off. Like if they don't like you, they'll just throw you off to the side onto the floor. They won't. They don't care.
Next one.
I'm so lucky for where I live. It's it's just taking me to get away from home. Like I live on 40 acres at home, and then we have an apple farm, and then I'm back onto state forest, and we have 400 acres of bush, and I just get to make whatever I want and ride whenever I want. So, and here it's just like so restricted with, some places to go to, and sometimes you're restricted to a motocross track. It's so hard just to go free ride in the bush and trail ride like we can back home.
Mate, good to have you on the show.
Awesome, it's a privilege.
Oh man, so stoked. We just walked in and we made this. Yeah, no way, Blokesworld.
Yeah.
That just made our day.
Hopefully I'll be home watching it when I get back.
If you're not, I'm going to send you a copy.
All right, cheers.
No,
awesome.
Ruckers. Right, now let's go to commercial break. We'll see you after this.
Viewers, we've been driving for a couple of hours. We're about to meet the mayor. He's going to hand over the keys to Blokesworld's brand new sister city, Bad Aussie. And there she is, viewers, Miss Bad Aussie 2017. We're in Austria. We're in a town called Bad Aussie. It's got a population of about 600. All the kids are riding two-bangers. Welcome back to Blokesworld, the Austrian Erzberg road trip. Right now, let's head back to the Prolog and meet some of these awesome gladiators that take on the Iron Giant.
Well, guess what, viewers? I'm here with the James Bond of the mountain, Fregel from Germany. Welcome to Blokesworld.
Hello.
Unreal. Now, we're seeing a lot of KTMs, a lot of Husqvarnas, some Husselbergs, but this is the greatest ride that has hit the mountain today. Can you tell me about your motorcycle?
It's a Vespa. It's original 150 engine cubic, and I drive this trip and 60 minutes for this way.
Awesome. And how do you reckon, are you going to qualify for the big race?
No. Gonna qualify too slowly. A little bit.
Is this the first time you brought this to Erzberg?
No, it's the 18th.
18?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
This belongs in a museum. You know where you should be this? This should be in the Red Bull Museum in Salzburg.
No.
Yes, it should. It should be next to all the Formula One car.
It's my bicycle.
Yeah, cool.
Not from Red Bull.
Yeah, cool. You're not sharing it. So how does it go when you're out there? Does it move around?
It's hard to make. Yep. Not you say this is the way. The motorcycle say this is the way.
Yes, and it gives you a bit of a shake.
Yes. The big hill is. You can make this hill when we're alone. We make a big wall to drive where we don't can straight ahead. Yep. It's dangerous with the crosser. When the crosser comes, it's too dangerous. We drive around.
Yeah, cool.
The top speed 100. Yeah, 100.
That's insane. Does your wife think you're crazy?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's good though to be crazy, isn't it? Keeps you young.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Fregel, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. Mate,
Bye.
you've made my day. You are our favouriteest rider here at Erzberg.
Well, viewers, that's all we can fit in tonight's episode of Blokesworld, but make sure you're watching next week because we start banging bars next week as we whittle our way down to find the best 500 riders to take on the Erzberg Hare Scramble. Plus, we've got heaps more action from all the different sorts of stuff you can do in Austria. Make sure you're watching next week.